Welcome back to the Living Musically podcast. We are going to continue talking about meditation today. Meditation is really an essential part to living musically. Your inner voice can be such a distraction and cause many issues. Once we have the ability to control it, everything else becomes much easier. Today's meditation is going to introduce you to a concept called noting. You have probably found that as you meditate, your mind brings up random thoughts. We are going to embrace those thoughts as they come in. We are also going to try and categorize them as they come in. If we go back to our prior meditations, we have used focus points, like breath and touch points. Today, we're going to use the thoughts themselves as our focus point. The goal with today's meditation is to imagine these like files coming across your desk. Your job is not to file them, but to decide what file they go in. You won't be putting them in that file, you're just marking them. The goal is to mark it and have it leave your mind as quickly as you can. So maybe a thought comes in about the dinner you're going to make. I would call this planning. You can call it whatever you want. Once you note what kind of thought it is, put it aside for the next thought. The next thought, you might wonder what goes through a squirrel's mind when it chews a nut and suddenly stops. That I would just categorize as thinking. Once you note it, let it leave your mind and wait for the next thought to arise. The most important part about this exercise is to not linger on the thought. Note it and move on. This is different from our other meditations, where we tried to prevent thoughts from happening and focusing on something else. We are now letting the brain have thoughts, but not letting it linger on those thoughts. Let's begin. For this meditation, you may sit, stand, or lie down, whatever makes you comfortable. You can close your eyes or leave them open. Take a deep breath in and exhale. 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 Now let your breath return to normal. Now, let thoughts enter your mind. As they enter, give them a label and let them move on. It is not your job to file them in the correct place. You just give them a name and wait for the next thought. Try not to linger on a thought. Label it as quickly as you can and move on. Try to recognize the thought as quickly as you can, label it, and move on. Continue to recognize the thought, label it or note it as quickly as possible, and let it move on. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now let your breath return to normal. You may open your eyes. For me, this meditation has been the most helpful. I think that it's because I'm able to learn when my brain is thinking, and therefore I'm able to recognize it faster. Once I realize that my brain is doing something I didn't ask it to do, I'm able to redirect it and give it a job. Thank you for listening today. Please make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Please share this podcast around with your friends and family, and I'll see you again next week. Peace.